if these young black men, if you're a young black male and Trump inspired army roundup of people, how well do you think you're going to do at that? You think you got nothing to lose? How about looking at American history for one time and see what can happen here?
Peace. Growing up Gullah Geechee, gardening, farming, hunting, fishing were all a part of my culture. And on the days that I would go fishing with my parents, they would have this tackle box full of different types of bait depending on the type of fish they were trying to catch that day. There'd be worms and crickets and other little things. I didn't know what they were. But I remember opening Daddy's tackle box and there was this stuff in it that smelled horrible. And I asked Daddy, what is this? And he said, it's stink Jim. Stink Jim? What you can catch with that? And he said, catfish. Catfish are scavengers, basically underwater buzzards. They'll eat anything. And they just nasi tingam. Well, go out on the water, throw out the stink Jim, and sure enough, bam, catching catfish after catfish. Now, I didn't like handling stink Jim, so I would throw fresh bait in the water to catch catfish. I wasn't catching fish like Daddy was because I wasn't using the bait that catfish like. And the same reason Daddy was catching more catfish than me is the same reason that Trump gonna get more white votes than Kamala. Kamala is going to lose the white vote for sure. Trying to shame Donald Trump as a racist to win over white votes is like trying to shame a fisherman for using stink bait to win over catfish. White America hasn't voted for a Democrat presidential candidate since Lyndon Johnson. And what did Lyndon Johnson do to lose favor with white America? Gain favor with black America by shoring up our civil rights. White America's had an axe to grind with the Democrat Party ever since. And by white America, I mean white men and women. While many, including Kamala's campaign, ironically, would have you and me believe that white women have only been voting to uphold white supremacy all this time because of their husbands.
She doesn't like him, but she's voting for him.
Same with mine.
Despite the fact that we have clear evidence that white women are indeed voting in their own interest when they vote for white supremacy. The white women who helped you gain that right to vote were themselves racists. Y'all can go cast a vote for a woman of color and put your little I voted sticker on the tombstone of a white woman who with her cohorts did not view the black women of the day as equals. White women voted against a white woman who was running against a white man who had preyed on white women, even though they don't like the patriarchy part. The patriarchy that is used protecting white women's virtue as justification for domestic terrorism against black people. But instead of having that tough conversation with white women about their true interests and duplicitousness in the voting booth, y'all want to coddle them, give them an out. Oh, it wasn't you, the devil made you do it. While blaming and shaming black men as the real threat to Kamala's presidential bid.
The way that black men are about to be the weakest link. Remember when it was 52% of white women voted for Trump? It's about to be black men.
When in fact, black men will overwhelmingly vote for Kamala. Even if you give Trump 10, 15, 20, let's just go nuts with it. 25% of the black male vote. Kamala will still win the black male vote by a landslide. But while the appeal for white women's votes sound like this,
you can vote any way you want. And no one will ever know.
The appeal for the black male vote sounds like this.
You black dudes, you know who the fuck you are, you regular motherfucker. You been a fucking Democrat, all of a sudden you're a fucking Republican. Pathetic ass motherfucker. Y'all sick as hell. Sit down somewhere, black men, trying to be with some shit you ain't. Sit your ragged ass down. Sit the fuck down.
This despite the fact that black women voted 94% against Trump for Hillary, and then 90% against Trump for Biden with Kamala on the ticket. But that ratio isn't talked about because we know for a fact black women are going to, by and large, vote for Kamala, period. But the same applies for black men, which cannot be said for white women, and obviously not white men. Now, I'm not saying that white women need to be denigrated for their vote like you do black men, because I don't think that approach is effective at all. I'm just saying, if you're gonna make an appeal for any demographics vote, why not lay the shame and blame where it belongs, at the feet of those who have been holding you back, not on the throat of those who've been holding you down. If y'all think that canoodling with the Cheneys of all people and appealing to the morals of an immoral electorate is a winning strategy, well then y'all have taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker.
See, black men, I love black men. I love them. I love them. I have gone through the roof with black men. Black men.
Politics stinks. That is precisely the point. We out here.